All right, guys, so welcome back to Selena's Drama Cafe. This is here where I discuss like some of the dramas that I have seen throughout my week or what have you, whether it's like novellas, C dramas, K dramas, all of that. I'm going to be giving my opinion about it and let you know if I liked it or not, whether you asked for it or not, too. So if you haven't done so, make sure you keep watching and like, subscribe, and always just follow for more. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so now let's get into The WONDERfools. So The WONDERfools is now available on Netflix. It is all the episodes are released. It's a Netflix original. So all the episodes have been released, and it's 8 episodes. So you can actually like binge it. And it's a comedy. So if you guys did not know what this show is about, if you haven't seen it yet, or if you just don't know what it is. So The WONDERfools is a comedy, and it's supposed to be about it's for like basically like individuals from this like small town, like just your regular people, okay, from the small town who actually comes across or happens to gain these superpowers. 3 out of the 4 do not know what to do with these superpowers. They're just like kind of like um, going mayhem because they just don't know how to use them. So, but you are seeing these 4 actually, they're going to be, I don't want to say like stopping crime, but they're going to be making these superpowers useful. They're going to be, there is some villains, of course, within this. So that's the storyline in this drama. So I mean, if you can actually like pay attention to like the cover of this show, it looks like it's going to be a comedy, and it looks like like fun and what have you. So now I will say, when I saw the drama, or like when I saw like the trailer and the cover of this drama, I thought it was going to be like, superhero, like strong woman do bong soon. Like I thought it was going to be something along the lines, like kind of like fun, like you have these superpowers, and you're just going to be like out, you know, fighting crime in that sense, like but I mean, in that way. What I'm surprised with this is that it is like, it's not like fun in a sense. And by the way, this is like based in the 90s, so in the late 90s. So the atmosphere around it, it looks dated, like the clothes and everything. It looks dated in that sense because it's being portrayed like in the 90s. So I thought it was going to be like a little bit more like um I'm not bubbly, but kind of like along them lines, if you will, fun like that. What I'm surprised at is the fact that it is kind of like dark-ish, like not too dark where it's like heavy, because it's, like I said, it's still a comedy, but it's like on, like, if you would think about like how like Stranger Things vibes, they'll they're not like out with a cape and you know solving like a purse snatcher or something like that. They are like combatant creatures. You know what I mean? So it's like that, almost like if you remember that show Gotham a little bit. It's not Batman or Gotham, but it's kind of like trending like that. Um, Young Sun Creature, is that what it was called? I think that's what it was called. It reminds me of that a little bit. So, but it still has the comedy there. So I mean, either way, I like it. So, like a little bit of like light spoilers here. So, part of the powers, because you have Chang Wu, you have Park Min Bin, and you have our other two. I forgot their names, but you have our other two. And so, really, Chang Wu is the one who actually knows that he has like the superpowers. And I guess with his, it's just like he can move things, whatever. Um, and with the other three, the fact that it's called like the WONDERfools, I can get it now, because these three, like, they really are like just foolish. And like, you have your one guy who is, he's trying to be like a family man, but he knows that he's the, I guess, supposed to be like the wiser of the three, but he's still just kind of like all over the place and can't really get it together. You know what I mean? And it's funny that his power is like, if he lies, then things stick to him. I don't know the backstory, about behind that one, though. But that's funny that is his superpower. Then you have like our sensitive one, who is like the teddy bear, but he's always the one that's getting like kind of like beat up on, or he's always taking the brunt of things like that. And his power is like insult. Like, he has to be insulted for his power to come out, and he happens to be like pretty strong. Like, that's his like superpower. And Parker Ben's, her power is like teleportation. And but yeah, So I mean, this is like a drama that I feel like you can definitely watch it. I like that it's only 8 episodes. That's good because like when it comes to like these type of like shows that have like some type of like superpower action, like fiction in that sense, like X-Men-ish, then I think that 8 is good because shows like that I do love to see as a movie. And with this one, I do think that like the last 2 episodes could have been a movie too. Like, it really got like there was no boring episodes, I don't think, in my opinion. There were no boring episodes, but the last 2 episodes were like really like very hype in a sense that I feel like those 2 episodes could have been a movie because it was like, it's like that lead up to like the climax, the major like climax at the end. I think it did well with that. Another thing with it is that like you can tell when there's like a superhero kind of like show for real, like I guess you can imagine that there likely is going to be a part 2, or like they'll end it in a sense where they can go like either way, like stay at part 1 or give it a part 2. And I do think with this one they're going to give it a part 2. I mean, if you've seen the end, you can take a guess that it's probably going to be the case. So another season, I think we'll do it pretty good. Like I don't think that would be a bad idea for them to have it as like another season. So I mean, I guess I mean, I don't know. I guess there were no loose ends that were in this one, but I mean, I guess I can see where it can be a part 2. It wouldn't be bad. And now let me just get on Chang Woo because I have always been like critical with Chang Woo because I'm not the biggest fan of his acting. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm just not. He's a very modest actor, if I may say. Like I'm starting to think that he's pretty much stays in his lane. Like I don't think he's been picking roles purposely that are like very like fun. And I was actually that's another reason why was excited about this one because I thought it was going to be like really kind of fun and bright, that type of superhero vibe. But this because it has like a little darkness to it, or it has like a little grunge, not necessarily dark, but like a little grunge to it. I think this fits his acting style anyway. So I think yeah, he stays in his lane when it comes to that. Like he doesn't give us that much emotion when it comes to that. Um, and I guess I mean I don't know because like I said, I'm critical with his like acting style. Like he's not my favorite, so I'm not really like too drawn to like some of his like shows and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess it works. I guess good for him. You know, he doesn't make any like flops. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've seen any flops in, but then like I haven't seen too many of him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he didn't do bad in this. This fits him. I would like to see him like in something like that he can start to smile more, like have fun a little bit. If they do make a part 2, like maybe he'll be like a little bit more happier, and then they get into like have to I don't know, beat up the villain at the I don't know, whatever. We'll see. Now over to our villains. Bay, why are you a villain again? Why are you a villain again? Because I love me some Bay Nada, okay? But I swear he loved playing the villain because I've seen him in like many a villain lately. Um, he looked, it's so funny because our villains in this one, and if you have seen against a little bit of like spoilers, these are like some abandoned children who have grown up now, and it sucks because like it's always the father like or the parent like adult that's got these kids that's growing up and like wreaking havoc everywhere, all on some like hope and a dream and stuff. So, and then there's always the brat of the bunch that just cannot like get over it, like always have to hold on to something, like and I don't know, and be like the worst of the bunch. Like, where you have all the other kids who will like, get a clue and really see what's happening and get the broader picture and everything and kind of comes to their senses. And then you got the one Brad that's just like, no, it's everything. We have to destroy everything. It's kind of like X-Men, This is kind of like X-Men. So yeah, but it's always those type of villains though. But anyway, guys, this is another good one. I think that if you like superhero stuff, like as far as like, like Stranger Things or X-Men or that type of like superhero where you're seeing creatures and such like that, then you'll like this one. It's 8 episodes. You can binge it. If you haven't watched it already, go ahead and watch it. And if you did, let's talk about it. Let me know what you thought about it, and follow for more.